Hey, whoa, 안녕하세요.
Hello,
안녕하세요, 여러분. I'm Brian, and
Xerona with an X.
and we're back. New year, guys. Wow,
Happy New Year
crazy,
2024.
crazy. It's been a long time. Sorry we keep you waiting, but we have a
Yeah,
great episode for you today. Super, super cool. But yeah, first thing, Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New
Uh,
Year.
Super crazy how fast 23 passed, but
It was
we're in
great.
this new year. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we're back. Your favorite podcast is back. So why don't we actually just start this off? So Xerona is actually going to be the main host of this topic today. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a nice, long, cool
Very
episode that we're going to
nice.
talk about. So hopefully you guys enjoy it for sure.
So, hey guys. So, today's episode is going to be talking about my Christmas vacation to New York. Okay, so yeah, New York has always been a place I always wanted to like go to, because like one of the best like series and movies are in New York, like Ugly Betty,
Ugly
Sex
bitch.
in the City, uh, so much. So much of things were in New York. Like even some like new like Disney Channel shows were in New York, were like based in New York and everything. So it was really nice to see it. I tried New York pizza, planning to try some Chicago pizza. I need to know the difference because I think which one has thin crust? Is it Chicago or New York?
New York.
New York has a thin crust and then Chicago has the.
Because Chicago's more like a pie, like a big, big, big pie kind of style.
So yeah, it was kind of nice to like try the new pizza and everything. It reminded me so much of Seoul because where I am right now in Virginia, it's not like you can't take the train and places are not really close to each other. And I'm not living in the city. I'm living like in the suburbs area kind of place. So it's not really accessible to like meet people or like go. But in New York, it's 10 times different. So we saw like New York. It was really easy. I don't say really easy, but it was easier for me because I went with some of my friends. So it was like, oh, it reminded me of so much like Korea, like Seoul, especially like the jiachons and like the trains and the subways and stuff. But let's say in an old version and a very scary version of Seoul subway, like the first time I've seen a rat in 5 years was in New York. I saw an obese rat. Yeah, the rat was cute, but it was obese and it looked poisonous. Yeah.
Wait,
It was an obese, cute, poisonous rat.
mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a lot of it. But yeah, it was just like I don't know where to start. Like just going to New York, like the city was just different. Like I've been in a big city, like Seoul is kind of like a big city with a lot of technology. Like of course Korea has more technology compared to like America, but New York just has this vibe. Like it's busy, it's busier than Seoul, right? So it's like busy and it's just so many going a lot in New York. Like when I went to Times Square, like from food trucks to like dancing to like what do you call it, like those 360 video thingies. You guys know that those 360 video thingies, 360 video camera. So yeah, on the face, and then the camera goes round and round and round.
Oh,
Yeah, to
mhm.
that, and to you see like people selling your record label. It's just like people selling you tour. It's just like damn, there's so many to like so many things in New York, and it was just like a very different experience. So I'll talk about the places I went to. Um, so where did I first go to? So okay, we went to the Octave place. What is it? It's close to the Trade Center. It's just a mall, but it was just very pretty, and it's just to see like how well like how to say New York is very. It's like Seoul. You know how so like that's coex and stuff like that um underground like pretty malls like coex and like
Mm,
everything. It was kind of nice to see the same thing in New York, but I feel like the one in New York was just like it has this like not really modern, but like it's like historic, well, I say historical but pretty vibe. Like you see the old houses, like we went to Brooklyn and stuff. The houses, okay, like compared to Korea, Korea has a lot of high rising buildings, right? And you can see like an apartment having like what 20, 50, if possible 50 floors with a basement and stuff, but it's more of like a modern kind of house. But back in New York, you see more of like you see those high rising buildings, but they're not like modern kind of buildings, if you know get what I mean. And one other thing that really shocked me was like the city the in New York, like when you there's like a place where you can sit down, like the railway to your home, that people sit down. So there I was like seeing some kids like, making like music, skipping ropes. It was just very different. And I think another thing that surprised me is like in Korea, um, of course there's a difference between when you go to Gangnam and when you go to the south. Like I lived in Shinlim. So Shinlim is different from like when you go to Gangnam or like
for sure. Yeah.
Gunjadong and stuff like that. But you see the difference, but it's not like too different. But back in New York, it was like there was a different. We were living in Manhattan, right? That's like where our hotel was. So we stayed in Manhattan, like mid Manhattan. And then we went to Brooklyn, and then we went to Queens. We didn't go to the Bronx. I was afraid of going to the Bronx, but but it was just like it's like you're seeing it's the same city but different. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense, but it was just like in Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, like where Times Square is, like it's so like technicalized, like so many high-rise buildings, so many things to do. And then you go to Brooklyn, it's just like a more different, like the houses too were a little bit different too. I think
Mhm.
Manhattan had like a more um modern kind of vibes. Then in Brooklyn, you could be like, oh wow, this is I won't say the hood, but it's slightly different. And Queens also, they're very slightly different. So even like looking at the way they speak, like when someone speaks in Queens and Brooklyn and Manhattan, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you could tell the difference. If you're from New York, please correct me. But um, yeah, it was just I just had the greatest time. It was like seeing. It's like one thing about America that I think I find really interesting is that you can be in the same city, like same state, but those states are still different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Manhattan is a different vibe from like Queens, and Queens is a different vibe from like Brooklyn. So it was just crazy to see everything in the whole
Well, you're
three.
talking more like areas because
Yeah,
states
yeah,
is
areas.
wrong,
Yeah.
wrong
I know,
term
but
here.
they're still the same states. You know that it's
In the
still
same state, areas are
it's
different.
in the same states, but the areas are just very different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, wow, like you're in Brooklyn, you get that Brooklyn vibe, or probably in Queens, like everything. So it was quite interesting. And then you just meet so many, like I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared of the subways. Because back in Korea, if you know me and you travel with me in the subway, I sleep, period. Or I'm using my 5G Wi-Fi, because in Korea, like Wi-Fi is very easy when you're in the jet, right? But in New York, it was different. So I would be like, oh, they'll be like, oh, just take a train. I remember asking them, like, oh, is there Wi-Fi in the train? And all of them looked at me like,
Yeah.
why would there be Wi-Fi in the train? I'm like, well, where I came from, there was always 5G Wi-Fi in the train. But of course, you can't really compare Korea and Japan as Korea and America because they're very different with different um histories and everything. So it was like, wow, the subway was like it was kind of like just going to the subway station, it was like, oh wow, this is really New York because you're seeing a lot of graffiti on the wall, you're seeing different people, someone is singing, another person is dancing, another person is like begging, another person is like homeless. and then another person is, so you're seeing like multiple different vibes and atmosphere in that same place you are in, and I was given a tourist vibe, of course. But yeah, it was just like wow, like wow, it was like, and you, of course, you have to be careful in New York. And then when we enter the subways back in Korea, you got to be kind of quiet in the subway. Don't try to be loud. There's like etiquettes, like, and rules you got to follow back in the subway in Korea. But back in New York, you could see someone smoking in the subway. You could see like someone was like, I was scared, like, I don't know, he was rapping, and then he was rapping so violently. And then he was rapping, he was like, this, I'm gonna put the nigga. I was like, yeah, man, I'm like for rapping, or you're going through something. But it was, yeah, it was and I couldn't video it because I was like, because the way he was rapping, he was ready to fight. He was rapping, I was got my money. Even the people next to me had to move because they were afraid that they were gonna punch, like he was gonna punch them. I don't know whether that was deliberate or not, but it was like wow, like, oh, okay, I don't want to be in that situation. But yeah, it was just like, you see, like everything just keeps on happening in that one area. I
Hmm.
don't know if that makes sense. So many different things were happening. So in the same subway, you're seeing someone sleeping. In the same subway, you're seeing somebody like on the call. You're seeing a person with your kids, and then you're seeing someone like rapping, and then like everyone just like mind their own business in a way. So like one thing that I don't know, they just saw this guy, he just was walking and he just like boom on the floor. And I was kind of scared. So part of me was like, probably he's drunk. Like, in Korea, you see a lot of drunk people on the street in Korea. So my first thought was probably he was drunk. But another thought was like one person was like, oh damn, that person probably like OCD. I was like, like it was like there's so many thoughts going to me as I'm seeing like New York, because even on the subway, you're seeing people doing karaoke in the subway, like singing, like is it karaoke? What do you call it? Busking, busking,
Busking, yeah.
busking. Yeah, in the subway, not outside. That you see outside, but you see also inside. You see people dancing. You see people like doing a lot of stuff. Another thing that surprised me in New York was like in Korea, you have to have your Metro card to tap. So when we came to New York, we're just tapping too. And then one New Yorker was like, we just noticed that people don't even pay anymore in New York. They just jump in the hurdles. Like they were just jumping and jumping and jumping and running from the police. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how y'all do it here. Um, it was like, oh wow, like in every day was something new in New York. There's so much to do in New York. Um, and excuse me, and it is a nice place to be in New York. New York is just very, very, just it's just very fast paced and very um how to say, very fast paced. Very, there's so many things you want to do, and it gets like, you if you're going to if another advice, if you want to go to New York, especially during the winter, just make sure you wake up early. Like we will leave our I think we left our hotel like 9 a.m. and we just did maybe one or two activities, just went to one or two places, and it's already like 5 p.m. and it's so dark. And you'd be like, oh wow. Like time flies so fast in New York. Like just boom, because there's so many things to do. There's so
Mhm.
many things you're seeing. So you're not even sure, like, oh, and people in New York work a lot. And oh my God, the traffic in New York. I've lived in Seoul. I've lived in Lagos. Lagos is smaller than New York and also as populated as New York. So I've lived in Lagos and I've seen the amount of traffic, excuse me, you have in those countries. In New York, damn, even the way they drive, I'm like, how did you get your driver's license? I need to ask the person who got you. We saw this guy, he was like, he was trying to park in this very tight space and he has an SVU. So SVU, no,
SUV.
SUV, not SUV, not SVU. So I've been watching too many Law and Order. But another reason why I went to New York, Law and Order, so it was good. Uh, um, but yeah, like he was there's this small space, and his car is definitely too big, cannot fit in that small space, right? And he was like, it's clearly you cannot fit in that space, and then he would turn and do this and do that, and we're like, literally, people are like, literally, there's no space for you to like go. You can't do this, like, excuse me again. And then it's just like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's just like part of me was just like part of me wanted to like sit him down and let him like measure his car and that and understand that it cannot fit. And like I think he literally like scratched the scar in front of back of him and then ran off. It was and then it was like, and no one said anything about New York is that everyone minds their business. No one cares. A woman was screaming in the subway. Part of me was like, oh, I want to check what's going on with her. Everyone just looked at me, mind your own business. People will come and randomly talk to you. The other guy come and talk to us. Like he was like, oh, where are you guys from? This and that and that and this and this and that. And then everyone's just like, mind your own business. Is everyone trying to talk to you? Avoid trying to talk to them. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this is the best place for an introvert. This
Hmm.
is because you just have to mind your business in New York because you just have so many people coming to talk to you about like their story life, and then once they start talking, you can't shut them up, and some of them even follow you. And then I remember like a friend we met, she had like a pepper spray and she had like a taser. I was like, I didn't know we need all that. She's like, yeah, you do. Like, be careful. And she lives in Queens, so probably maybe that's why she needs it, but I don't know. But yeah, it was just like so much to do at New York. Place we went to the Radio City. We
Hmm.
went to the Saturday Night Live, but not inside, outside because we didn't book any ticket. We another activity I really enjoyed was having the stand-up comedy thingy. You know, like
Hmm.
when you go to those under so this basement bars, you go to like this Comedy Central, what do you call it, stand-up comedy shows.
Comedy clubs, yeah.
Game comedy clubs, right? So we were in a comedy club. It was just like it was because I always watch it on the like on Facebook or on YouTube, and it was just like really nice just to be part of it. And you know, you just like, and it was kind of free. You had to buy like two or one drink. I think you have to buy a drink or two if you're going to come. But it was just nice to see like a group of people just come in as you're enjoying, and then they would like talk to you, like make fun of you, and
Mm.
they would say like the most random things. I'm like, oh, that was so mean. Like some of them were so personal. Like I was trying to be like, I'm like, damn, like my friend, like I was even trying to cheer up one of them. She was like trying to talk, and it was a tough crowd. I was like, girl, I I understand. I wasn't trying to, I was trying to help. I was trying to help her with the crowd. I don't want to take away her spotlight, but I'm already the spotlight, but still, I didn't want to take it away from her. But it was just also a very nice experience to like experience like a comedy club in person and see how they were able to like interact with the guest and also be part of the interaction and being part of the comedy show. So that was also one good thing you should try. So there are a lot of free comedy clubs back in New York. I think you just have to buy two or one drink. But yeah, there's so many. You just go with your friends. Tried some New York pizza. What else? Shopping. Now in New York, if you go at the best times, you can find such good sales. So we went to Forever 21, right? And they were doing like buy one get one free. So buy one get one free of anything. Do you know what that is to a girl? Do you know what that is to a girl? And it was like four falls. So they had the first, second, third, fourth. I was on the budget, but my budget My budget said, Xerona, the Lord gave you an opportunity, and I took it. I definitely did take it. I did. But yeah, it was just really crazy to see like so much sales in New York. Like Gap was doing a 90% sales. You could see like nice clothes like from 120 slashed down to like $32. It was like I was just like, damn. So if you're going to New York at the best time, like December, New York, December time, like Christmas time, Gap, H&M, Zara, they all have really good sales. Sometimes you could be lucky to see like 90% sale, 80%, more than 50% sales in like really good stores like Forever 21 or like Gap. So even Coach, the
Mhm.
the bag company,
Coach here.
Coach, yeah, they were also having like really nice sales over there. So, and New York is just like you just meet so much like Latino, Arabic, African, even the white people. I don't even know if they're white or they mixed or imported white people. I don't even know. Asians, you just see so much. I saw this girl. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty in Forever 21. And I was like, where are you? Like, I'm just like, where are you from? And she's like, oh, so she's Asian, African, Latino.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, how are you three race mixed together? I don't even. Probably this world now, your world peace. Like that's what. But yeah, just like, but she looked so pretty. Like she like you can't say she's purely Asian, but you can see the Asian. You can't say she's poorly black or like fully black. I mean, because and then you can't say she's really white because it was just like a mixture of everything. So you're just seeing like, I feel like New York is just like, it's like it's like a salad. You have everything in that bowl, very different stuff in that bowl. So it was quite nice to see, just to see it. We went to NYU area, like the campus area. It's very similar to like SNU. If anyone ever gone to SNU or like Hongdae area, like
Hmm.
Hongdae area next to Hongik back in Korea, it's like that vibe. Like there are a lot of bars and comedy clubs and karaoke and stuff like that. And another thing that annoyed me, we went to Koreatown in New York. They were doing karaoke. So for I think it was 10 minutes for $20. It was no, it was 30 minutes for $20. 30
Oh,
minutes for $20. $20 was what, like how many songs? That's like
in
25
Korea,
songs. Yeah, in Korea, it's like what, $20 was
$20. Yo,
that's a lot of songs.
that's more than like 2 hours of
That's more than
speaking.
2 hours. Yeah, that's like 25 songs. Like,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. So I want to do karaoke because doing karaoke with Xerona is
An experience.
it's an experience. It's a big experience. Like I can go from Mariah Carey to Jennifer Hudson to Justin Bieber. I can do all. I can even go to Alvin and the Chipmunks too. But yeah, it was just, and then one thing it was like Korean times, like I felt like I was in Korea because I saw Woody Bang, I saw Hannah
Mhm.
Bang, I saw Shinhye. I was like, bruh, they just tell me that you guys just imported, like literally just imported Korea here. I was like, this just feels like you're in Korea. So part of me was just speaking Korean, and they were like, we're not in Korea, right? We're in Korean town, but we're not in Korea, so you gotta speak in English. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But yeah, they just had like, how in Korea you have this like funny thing like let's meet, like in MEAT, like they have all this like funny wordings they have in like Korea.
Hmm.
They also had that in New York, so I also found that very interesting. They had so many like barbecue places. Soju, guess how much soju is? Just guess. Just
$15.
it's 50. How can now my question is the like part of me was like did they just say soju that I could buy like how much was soju in Korea? It's like $1 because of inflation. It was $1,
Something like
but
that. It's super ridiculous cheap in Korea.
Yeah, it was like $1. And even when I went before COVID, when I was in Seoul, like soju used to be less than $1. It was like 89 cents for a bottle of that's just for the soju. And then I think if you wanted the flavor one, it was like $1. But yeah, because of inflation. But still, soju was like so makgeolli was like 25 or $20 for makgeolli. And I'm a makgeolli person, so I was like, but that doesn't make any sense. And like even like the tabuki was $12.
Damn. For how many?
That was I in my mind I wanted to go sue those people. I talked to the imonim. I said, what happened? You go, where pizza? You gotta explain some things to me, man. What like was it going around to that cook this food? Because I need an explanation. And like the tabuki was like, it wasn't even that big. Like if you go to Toki, I don't know if you guys know Toki in Seoul, like you can spend like $9 for a tabuki buffet, right? If that was $12, I'd be like, okay, still it's a tabuki place. 이거 어떡해? 이거 너무 비싸. 진짜 비싸요. 안 매워요. Like it wasn't that spicy. Like when they're like, oh, it's spicy, like Korean spicy. It wasn't like spicy. It was like
No,
for real.
Korean is different.
Yeah, I was like for real.
A
That that
spicy
that
Korean tteokbokki. Oh,
it's
oh, oh.
so it was
It
very
makes you
different.
cry. It made me
It
cry.
make you it makes you think about your life, but I love it. But yeah, it was just such a different vibe. Like it was just like going to Koreatown. It was like, oh, part of me like is very relatable, and part of me was just like remembering, but also part of it was like it's like Korea, but it's not the full Korea.
Mhm.
It's like an illusion of Korea. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we went doing so we went doing like Christmas Eve and Christmas because I was planning to go to Woody Bank and ask them for my deposit money, but whatever. But but yeah, I was like, yeah, and they were like, even like I was also talking to one of them when I was getting my food. She was like, yeah, if you have any like problem, just you can call the Woody Bank here, and they would like even like help you get your stuff situation. And like I even noticed that there was even some like I think it was like a UBA bank in Nigeria that's also in New York, and there's a Jamaican bank in the Jamaican area. So it was like New York is like home away from home. I don't know if that makes sense. It was like you can see the Korean town, the Chinese town, like Chinatown, and it was just like I feel like if you're there, even like there's a place with Nigerians in it, right? With the Nigerian banks and stuff and everything. You feel like you're not in America, but you're in America for people who are like really homesick. So I was like, damn, New York was so different. We saw the Staten Island Ferry, we saw the Statue of Liberty. It was like we went on a cruise to see Statue of Liberty, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Madison the Madison Bridge. It's just like it's not like as I tell people, Korea is kind of new in a way. Um, but Brooklyn is it has this like aesthetic, old, unique vibe. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, if you look at the bridge in Korea, it's kind of like a new modern kind of bridge, but it's pretty. But the New York bridge, it's like maybe because it has a lot of history going up, and because of like in so many movies about the Brooklyn Bridge and everything, so it gives it like that aesthetic vibe or aesthetic picture frame just taking the bridge. Like me and a girl was like literally fighting for a good like what's the word angle for the Brooklyn Bridge, and then part of me just remembered we're fighting because of a bridge, right? Like this is it. This is when I took those are my nails. I don't know if y'all can see it, but yeah,
It's
it's
clear.
just yeah. Do you see
Compared
it?
to when you use your computer where you can't see anything on your
Yeah, maybe because I'm using my iPad, it's better.
yeah.
But yeah, this is the Brooklyn Bridge I took. Yeah, it was like, and then part of me was just like, damn, I'm fighting this girl for because of a bridge. But yeah, it just makes so much sense in New York. I have so many stuff to say about New York, the Empire State Building. Also, when I want to say New York, there's so many activities you see in New York. There's like a flea market, things and that, but at the same time, also try and get travel tips. Also try and get like those bags that like hang from the strap bags, the ones that you can put around your waist, like around your waist or around your neck and
Fanny
shoulders.
packs.
Don't try, yeah, fanny pack, yeah. Don't try and like backpacks are not really the most advisable place as a tourist. I mean, if you're careful, it's okay. I'll try to put the backpack in front of you, but um, that's it. Always try and look very comfortable shoes because in you're gonna walk a lot, and it's not like Korea where there's a lot of like parks and place to sit down. There's not a lot of that in New York. So try and make it's you dress fashionable, but also like comfortable. Dress comfortable first before fashionable. So make sure you have everything there. Um, food always be open to eat because you're gonna be in New York. So as I said, you can be walking from like Korean town to another place. So you just have to be open with, especially as a tourist, to eat. Try something. Try the New York bagel. Try the New York. You eat a lot of different food that I've never even eaten before in New York. So it was just it was something that was crazy. I know I've been talking a lot, but do you have any question for me? I'll just keep going on.
Mm, what what was your most favorite thing, and what was your most maybe thing that you were kind of disappointed of? Mm.
Favorite thing, I think just the view. The favorite thing I had was like the comedy, like the activities. There's so much to do. The activity, like the comedy thing was a good experience. Eating pizza, like street food, was also a good experience. The Statue of Times Square was I think that was probably my best experience. Times Square. The things I probably didn't like was the subways. I'll keep on saying it again. Those subways, those rats in the subways, I feel like they're hybrid. They're a mixture of cats and raccoons that gave birth to mini versions of no, like seriously, like
No,
whoo,
yeah, yeah,
whoo.
they're humongous.
Um, but one thing I also liked about this is that the graffiti, it was really nice. Even
Yeah,
if they
it's
say the
cool.
stupidest word, just they say like the stupidest thing there, but the graffiti was like in my mind, seeing some of the arts even on the train walls and whatever, it's like, damn, that person was really talented. So
Mm.
yeah, New York have a lot of talent. I'll give you that. Like even like the rappers and the singers, they do have a lot of talent. So I'll give New York a pass back for that. But yeah, I think the subways maybe because I was expecting like Seoul kind of subway
Ooh,
in a way. Yeah,
yeah,
my expectation
don't
was
don't expect that, guys.
yeah, my expectation was like 5G Wi-Fi,
5G one. No, don't
but
expect that.
yeah, I'll say probably that because I think because I expected similarity, but I think
Mm.
I thought that was one thing I was disappointed at. But also there, like in New York, you see different things like people rapping, people dancing,
Mm.
entertainment even in the subway, interactions in the subway. In Korea, you don't really get that a lot of interactions in the subway kind of
Yeah, in
stuff. So
Korea, it's quiet on your phone or just reading or doing something on your.
yeah, but New York, you could talk. No one cared about the noise. One person, So
Mm.
yeah.
Mm, how about did you guys were you said a couple times where you did like talk to some people and such? What were some other experiences you had of like meeting people there or talking to someone?
I wasn't like so the subways. I don't try and talk to anyone. People come and try to talk to me in the subways, but I don't try to talk to anyone in the subway. But like I was just like curious to like the girl that I said was like mixed. I was just curious to her, and I met her in Forever 21. Like I met her in a store, so with a lot of people in it. So I was kind of not afraid of it, but I always thought like New York people were kind of mean because the stereotype was like New Yorkers will not listen to you. They just walk past you and stuff. That was the stereotype I always used to get. But in my experience, like most people I've asked, Like even like the police officers, I'm not gonna, they look scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, they do look a little bit scary, but when you go and talk to them, like I didn't have anybody like give me any attitude. Even like the people who are, well, let's say create, but like the people who are even like the homeless people or the people who are struggling in New York, you ask them a question, how do I get there? They're willing to help you. So I was like, oh, okay, New York isn't as, you know, maybe my experience, but I didn't really experience anyone being rude or whatever to me back in New York. So talking to first people were easy for me.
Hmm. What else? What were some of the best foods you had there, other than pizza?
We tried the Chinese food. We tried the pork Chinese, like it's like hot pot, but it's like I forgotten the name, but it was a Chinese food. I even that was my first time trying it, but it was really nice. Um, it's like it's not hot. It's like hot pot, but I'll just say maybe it's hot pot. It was really nice. I was like, oh my god, I really tried this. That's and we tried. I'm not a fan of chicken and waffles. I don't like chicken and waffles, but the chicken and waffles I tried there. So me and my friend, that's a good story. We're like, want to go for brunch. Okay, so we found this place. We're like, okay, where we're gonna eat. So I was thinking, let's eat some pancakes. So I asked this guy, like the waiter, I was like, look, give me something that is like good. That I would eat it and then be like good. He was like, try the chicken and waffles. I was like, chicken and waffles? I'm not really a fan of chicken and waffles. He was like, girl, you love it. It comes in four. Everyone can have one. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna eat a little bit because we were gonna after church we're gonna like go with one of my friends to eat lunch. So part of us was like, oh, okay, let's just eat. We just eat and we probably not even finish it. So the first round came. Lord, prepare me. Woo-hoo. We ate it. We were like, that food is good. I was like, yeah, that food is good. They were like, okay, probably we're not gonna get another one. We said we were not gonna get another one. Guess what happened? We ordered another one, and we were like, damn, we just wanted to keep on ordering and ordering and ordering and ordering, but we're like, no, let's keep ourselves there. So chicken and waffles was good. I'm trying to look for a picture of the chicken and waffles.
Ooh.
So this was a video of
Ooh.
the Asian food we tried. This is like
Oh.
hot pot. And then the ham fried rice too, and the
Oh.
skewers and stuff like that was really nice. And for the chicken and waffles, it was just they were it was like seasoned and oh, do you see that? It was like damn, it was like seasoned and the chicken was like the like the waffles is not sweet, it's like savory flavor, and they put like the black peas and the curry and whatever in it, and then you can now so it's like savory and like sweet because they had the syrup on it. I was like, I don't like chicken and waffles, but that chicken and waffle, it won an Oscar and a Grammy at the same time. Uh,
Dang.
it was good. It was because we were like, oh, we don't even want to eat anymore. And my friend was like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. She tried it. She said, let's order more again. We were we were just it was crazy. I think those are my yeah, the Chinese food and the chicken and waffles is definitely one of my favorite to try.
Hmm. See what else? Hmm. The one person that you went up to in the store that you were like, "Oh, she's a mixed bag of everything." Did you
She
just
thought
ask her that question and then
yeah, I
you
was just like, I'm
left her?
curious, like what ethnicity you're from. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm Spanish. She's Hispanic, Asian, and black. I didn't ask her how she was, like how she like mixed that, but I was like, okay, I could see it. Yeah.
And
But
that's it. You just left.
yeah, that's it. We were shopping. Yeah. Um yeah, Times Square was also really nice. It was like you could totally get no, I was given the tourist vibe in Times Square. Oh,
Mm.
also the burgers we tried. We tried, oh my God. So I know people are like burgers are burgers, but we went to this diner and the burgers and Sweet potato fries we tried. Ooh, ooh. Lord, prepare me a sanctuary. Oh yeah, that. Where was it? Where was it? I think I have a video of it. It was really good. It was like this is it. Like the burgers and the sweet potato fries. Everyone does salad was it was so good. I was like, I've tried burgers, but the burgers that burger was it was burgering. It was definitely burgering. It was getting good. But yeah, and I think one other thing that shocked me in so we went to a place, I'm not gonna name the name of the place, but we went to this Nigerian place that's very popular in New York. And we ordered the food and everything. And then they put something called gra- gratitude fee, 20% on the check. So we were like, what the hell is gratitude fee? When did we order that? I understand tip, but I don't know about, and they put it in the check. In the check. So we were like, don't you gotta ask for permission? Because I'm not still also used to the tipping thing because Korea, like anytime I try to tip someone, I always feel like I'm insulting them because in Korea I don't really tip. But at the same time they want you to
You
tip.
shouldn't. They really hate that when you try to do it.
Yeah, in Korea you don't try and tip, but in America they want you to tip.
Oh no, yeah, yeah.
And they kind of sometimes they're like, say you're not gonna tip. I'm like, honey, okay, I'm gonna tip. But still, yeah, it was like yeah, it was like that. And then I was like, why wouldn't you add your own gratitude fee without letting me know? And I think probably maybe that's a thing in New York. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's a thing everywhere. If you
But I
go,
was like,
if you have a, I don't know the exact rule, but I think it's something like if you have a certain amount of people and you go over a certain amount of like price point, they add gratitude fee, which is what you have to pay. It's usually the maximum amount of the percentage of tip that you can give. It's usually that amount.
but don't you have to ask me first? And then they put additional
They do
tip.
it.
And I
Oh,
was
they put
like,
an additional one too. Dang.
so they put a gratitude and they're like, oh, do you guys want to tip us? So we were like, wasn't that part of the tip? You guys added your own gratitude fee. They're like, no, that's not a tip. That is just like a gratitude fee. You have to put a tip. No, no, because it was like 20% of our raw
Granted, I don't know how that works though, for sure. But
no, so I was confused. I was like, even the service fee, like even when we went to the burger place, we're like, oh yeah, you have to do the service fee too. I was okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm from a town in like a very small suburb area in Virginia, so they don't really ask us for that. So I think maybe also seeing that was also a shocker. But yeah, yeah. But any other questions?
mm, not really. I mean, you explain your story so well. That's kind of
Yeah, it was nice. It was also nice to meet like some Nigerian. If you know anyone in Nigeria, like I said, anyone in Nigeria, if you know some friends that live in New York, tell them to like even if you meet that one friend makes like other friends. So it was like easy to kind of meet people in New York. I'm
mm,
probably gonna go there again and find a husband or a boyfriend. Not joking, not joking. We saw the biggest Macy's in the whole of America, the largest world store in New York. It was crazy. We didn't enter because the line was crazy, and me and crowds are not. I like people, but I don't like crowd of people. In a narrow space. What else? I'm trying to say what we enjoyed differently in New York. I feel like New York, like even if you're in a budget in New York, just the outside of New York is a picture place. I don't know if that makes sense. Like Empire State Building, you don't need to go. Like you could go inside. I wanted to go inside, but my wallet social distance itself when I was trying to pay for the Empire State Building inside. But yeah, But there's the Empire State Building. There's like the window shopping place. That's next to Macy's. There's the Radio City. There's the Rockefeller. So I feel like even if you don't have enough money to travel to New York, like to like say, oh, you want to have a girls' night out, an Instagram story kind of place. Just like taking a picture there is nice. Like I lived in Seoul for 4.5 years. I've never taken a picture of me in Seoul subway. But when I was in New York, I was taking a lot of New York subways. And
Well,
Seoul
that could
sub
be. Couldn't that just be because you've never been in New York before?
maybe, but I don't think I don't know. Like I'm not saying that Seoul doesn't have nice picture plate. Of course, Seoul subways are definitely cleaner. You know what I mean? Like they're
Not even
definitely
close.
cleaner. They're not even close. Like even like maybe if you go to the Jamsil subway, there's a lot of like activities and portraits. Like Korea kind of gives you the aspect. They will try to say, okay, this is a good picture place for you to take in the subway. But I don't know. I never took a picture in subway, but because I lived there. But in New York, it's you see some subway are just old. Like even the chairs are falling off. But just taking a picture there, I don't know. Maybe this gives me that New York um it was giving me that New York album like it was giving me the album vibe. So that was also something I really enjoyed in New York. It was just that I don't know, maybe it was just I was just very happy just being in New York. I was just like, oh, I got to take a subway photo, like how they take it back in New York. So I was having like a lot of like subway, you know, photos. New York. I don't know. It just gave me this like vibe of like I don't know, it just gave me this like New York vibe kind of stuff. Like it's not the best subway to take pictures in, but I don't know. Just seeing it just gave me like this aesthetic, vibe. Like even the streets are so pretty. This is just a street in New York,
Mm.
so it's just like I don't know, maybe because I've been fantasizing of New York for a while and
That's
being
what I
able
think it is.
there. Yeah, just
There's always that fantasy about me.
yeah, like just going there was like I was taking pictures of different buildings. I was taking pictures of someone's house. Even the guy was like, "Why are you taking a picture of the house?" I was like, "I have no idea, but it's a New York house, and I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna post it and tell everyone that I went to New York."
Hmm.
But yeah, I think so. So I'm just very excited to just be in New York, and I can like finally like cross it off. Like, okay, I went to New York. So Chicago is next. I've been to Florida, but I've only been to Kissimmee, Florida. So Orlando is definitely a place I want to go. Preparing my bank account for that, or anyone who
Oh,
wants
you
to.
better, because there's parks here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of money.
so anyone who wants to sponsor Xerona, there are a lot of Xeronas out there, looking for someone to just like quench their travel fantasies. And like traveling now is like very therapeutic. Like it's like you're in this place, you want to break out, when you're living in a city and you don't have a car, but you live in a city that requires you to have a car and you have nowhere to go. The only way you can go is home and school because of the school buses, and the school buses closes, and when the school buses closes, you can't even go to the store. So please help a fellow Zerona. a
I'll be
dollar
back next.
a dollar for Xerona is $1 for her travel therapy. Think about it. I'm not trying to beg in the show, but
Okay.
but yeah, it was definitely it was crazy. I loved it, but yeah, and also be careful in New York. You get a lot of scams. If some like I was trying like what's his name, Spider-Man was trying to take a picture with me. He was like, let's take a picture together. Anyone that's trying to tell you take a picture, tell them no. Tell them you got a Spider-Man back at home. So because when they take a picture with you, they want you to pay them, and I'm like, well, you're the one who, or like people who like, oh, check out this album and stuff like that, or some Buddhist monks will come. Even some churches, like we got scammed by one church who was like, oh, leave your friends and come to Christ, come to my house in Christ. I was like, last time I knew, the church is the house of Christ, not your house. So yeah, you get a lot of scam people back in New York too. So also be careful there. If you're going to Brooklyn, we're in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, make sure you try and go with like a friend or something like that, someone who knows New York. And yeah, yeah, that's what I would say.
Mm, my quick sum of New York. I've been there a lot of
Ooh.
many times.
Oh.
Um, I love it for the time that I'm there, right?
Mm,
I think like, but more at the beginning of my trips there, just because, like you said, you get that fantasy of New York.
mm-hmm.
It's so cool to see, but and then yeah, and like you said, there's so many iconic sites and stuff like that, and
Excuse me. Yeah.
um, you can do a lot of things. Like you said, New York is like a melting pot of everything, everyone. So it's so cool to be there because you can see literally every type of
Everything.
person, every kind of
Mm-hmm.
person. Yeah. Um, but the last maybe like two times that I went, I didn't really enjoy it too much. Just because I think I'm already at a point where like the sights and stuff, I got so used to seeing them so
Used to
much
it?
now. Yeah, so it's kind of like, whatever. And if I go with a friend or something, I still like enjoy it. But if it was just me, I think I was pretty bored. Uh,
No.
and then the last time I um, went to Manhattan and walked around, and man,
Mm.
like I'm not one to complain so much, but like it literally smells like weed everywhere,
Oh.
all over the place. And I was
Mm.
just like, damn, like I can't walk like 5 feet without like smelling something. And then
Mm-hmm.
so like it was just like the last time I went, I was just like, this is like whatever. So like New York has a lot of it's beautiful. So like for sure, like if you've never been there, or if you've only been like just a few times, like you'll
Mm.
love New York just because like it's so like it's New York, the Big Apple, like it's famous, it's so
Yeah.
iconic. But I think after a few times, I think it's kind of just a New York of huge, big, but it's still cool to go. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff to do, but for
Yeah.
me at least, I need someone there, like a friend or family members or stuff. If it was just me, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
But
See.
yeah, New York, it's. I have actually family that live in New York, so they live in the Bronx or used to live in the Bronx, and then now they're kind of uh going over kind of like New Jersey area. So,
Mm.
um, so yeah, I've been there many times, had a lot of memories going to actually since New Year's happened. I've done a couple times where we saw the ball drop a couple times for New Year.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice. That's cool.
super cool, but oh, the amount of people, it's just
Yeah, I get what
like just
you.
thinking about it gives me anxiety again of just how many people there was. It's just
Yeah. Oh.
crazy, but and fond memories, cool memories for sure. And there was a family photo of literally like my mom's side of the family, like all of us in New York, and we took a picture there many years ago. I was like, man, and like early teens maybe, or maybe even younger than that, like
Oh.
9 or 8. So it was a
Oh.
old picture.
Oh. Maybe
So
some
yeah, it was a long time ago
throwback memories back in New York.
for sure, for
How
sure.
is New York? I have a question because people keep on telling me New York now, it's not the New York it was like 10
Um,
like 10 years ago. People are telling me so much different now. I don't know, maybe because COVID had an effect to play New
I
York,
think so, yeah. I
but
mean, how can COVID not affect like everything?
right.
Because like I think people had to close up businesses and stuff, so you probably don't see as much as you used to, or um since there's a lot of like export and import problems, like getting stuff. So you probably weren't able to get food or items anymore. So there's probably that. And I don't know, I think yeah, ever since those kind of things happen, and then obviously you start getting more people coming into New York and stuff like that. And also I think people leaving New York.
Mm,
There was a big thing about like people leaving the north side of the
mm,
US and like coming down south. So it could be a lot of that. It could also be like that, like New York and some other places. They also did that. I'm not one to like go super like
Deep
deep
into
into
it.
like the drug stuff in terms of like weed and such.
Mm,
But
mm,
like since that happened, a lot of people have been saying stuff to like in those other places that allowed like um medical marijuana and stuff like that. Like Colorado, I've heard people say, "Oh, Colorado is not what it used to be" and such, and you hear that other places too. But I don't know. I'm not too well known to know or anything, but maybe
right.
that, maybe yeah, I don't know. People leaving, not seeing
Mm,
the same things.
yeah, like people are like, because someone I met who's also from New York, like she has been from New York. She thinks she went back to Korea in 2018. She was telling me like New York now, like back then, like there was still like homeless people in New York, but it wasn't as much as now it is. And like weed, you don't really smell weed. Like in New York, like you could literally, I was smelling like I never knew the smell of weed. Like I never smelled weed like as much as I smelled weed back there. You know what I mean?
Yo, by the way, you're still in the camera more because like you're
Oh,
it's a
sorry,
bit like
sorry, but yeah.
oh no like you're like coming close.
Oh,
That's what I meant. Like your face is like
oh,
and go
sorry.
continue though. I,
Yeah, my head is getting bigger. Yeah, but yeah, like someone just telling me like COVID definitely took a hit, like the amount of like the not more homeless people. She was saying like
oh
New
yeah.
York was a little bit more safer and everything, but now like you like literally like like I saw the amount of people doing drugs, like injecting things into their body, and like no one is saying anything about it. You know, she was like, yeah, back in New, she was saying like back in New York, people did it, but something you got to hide from.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
now, you know, but now it's like people don't even care. They're just doing it out in the open. Like I didn't meet, but as I was walking, I just saw this old woman, and then just like talking to like young boys about like a hookup and stuff like that. She was like back in New York at that time. It was like you had to be in a certain area, like that. But now it's like everywhere now. So she was like, New York is so different. And COVID did play an important part in it too. And everything is just getting better. But I still feel like, God is still having the problem. God is still gonna innovate somehow in a way. But yeah, it was yeah, I've never been to New York before like COVID or everything, so I don't really know, but that is what people are telling me. So they did say that New York changed pretty well.
Yeah. But just like anywhere, a lot of
Yeah,
bad things, but a lot of
yeah.
awesome things. So,
Even Seoul too.
um,
Seoul too. Like a
oh
lot
no,
of
yeah, for
there's a
sure. Yeah.
big. I went in 2019 and then 2022. You could see there was a big difference in Seoul
Yeah.
after COVID. So it was definitely crazy. Um, anything you wanna? Oh, Xerona, random question. Uh,
Oh, well, let's
maybe
talk
push
about
that.
like the New Year aspect.
Oh, New
It kind
Year.
of happened, yeah.
I didn't. I for New Year didn't really do anything. So on the 31st, like by 11 p.m., I went to church. Me and some friend we gathered around and prayed to like we call in Nigeria call it crossover night. So we pray and cross over to 2024 with our prayers, and it's kind of like a African Nigerian tradition. So that's what we did. So just me, my brother, and two other friends went to church for that. So that's it.
For
What about you?
me, New Year's, spent it with my mother and sister.
Mm,
Um, had lunch, early, kind of like brunch, pretty much. Um, so we had that at the beginning, but then at nighttime, my dad stopped by and then brought some wings, so we had wings. But again, didn't do much for the New Year either. Just be with my family, spend it time.
oh,
But what I did decide to do, maybe, uh, I don't think I've ever done it like that, but I decided to like mm, show more appreciation for the year and such.
Mm,
And that's why I decided to like, uh, oh, I'll send messages to everyone that I know, or what I kind of like wanted is like people that added some value into my life, either not for
mm,
this past year, but in general. So I just decided, you know what? Let me just send a message to everyone mm, that I think very highly of. So I decided to do it. Started like an hour earlier before New Year, just because it was gonna take me a while. Started family, then went on to friends. Xerona
mm.
here got one, obviously.
I'm
She
not.
didn't
I
like
don't.
it too much.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Christmas, and I was on my social media. How much I've posted. This is just the amount of like amount of things I've not even read. But I said
Damn.
all of them Happy New Year. See, you see it? I
Yeah,
sent all my contacts Happy New Year. People haven't talked. There was someone who even messaged me since 2017. I haven't talked to the person, but I sent them Happy New Year. So this is just my Instagram alone.
no, yeah, me too. Mine is like that as well.
Like I was saying Happy New Year to everyone. Do you see it?
Yeah, yeah, I see it.
Do you see the amount of like this is just so imagine me saying Happy New Year to everyone like this. And then also my contact have 520 unread messages.
Jesus.
Happy New Year. So everyone on my contact I always say Happy New Year too. Everyone on my contact, whether I
Mm.
knew you, whether I don't know you, even the AI, I was sending to AI, even my cacao, because I'm like sending Happy New Year to everyone on cacao in Korean and in English.
Yeah,
Because for me, I don't know how to start the conversation, so I always feel like Happy New Year always try it gives me a reason to start a conversation with somebody.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is still more. And I had to send Happy New Year to them. So this is just them replying my Happy New Year. So it takes me 2.5 hours
Yeah.
to reply Happy New Year.
That's too much.
So I sent Happy New Year to all my
Unlike
contacts.
unlike Xerona, who sent it to literally the next person right next to her, wherever she's at. I only sent it to the people that
Oh,
I think
and
are
I've
like
sent it to more people, but these ones haven't just replied me yet. I sent Happy New Year to everyone on my contact list.
she didn't
I
send it to me, by the way. I'm the
I
only one.
I even sent it to the group chat. Boy,
No,
what?
you didn't. What group chat?
We got the ENFJ group chat. We have the Love
Oh, I'm not
111.
in there.
Well, you left yourself out. I sent it to like group chat that's been dead since 2022, 2021. You sent it to people.
I didn't get one. I sent
Maya,
to her first, guys. So
Lily.
who's the
I sent
good?
mine first.
Huh?
I sent mine first.
What time did you send
I sent it to 31st. Because
it?
I
The
was also
31st?
sending
I sent
Korean.
it the 31st.
Yeah, but I sent mine in the evening, like 4 p.m.
It
Because
doesn't
in
count since
Korea.
I didn't see it though.
The,
Besides, let's be honest. What was your message? Happy New Year, right? That's it? You sure?
no, wishing you a beautiful 20. I don't even know. I just
Okay.
copied and pasted. I wrote it in Korean, even on Kakao.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
wrote it in Korean and in English.
Okay, that's mostly the message, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I send you? Tell me.
I don't even know which in what in
What?
what
You whatever, whatever.
is it on Instagram or on
No. I sent you a message.
iMessage?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I'm sorry, honey. Look,
Yo, not my fault.
do you see the amount of
I
people?
sent her a message, guys, and let's just say it was like 2.5 minutes of me speaking of how thankful I was.
I'm so sorry. Look, I'm so
Yo, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. I
where are
mean,
you? Where,
literally,
oh, I
that's so
don't.
much.
I'm
Literally,
sorry.
that's so much people she has on her phone right now. Like, I'm like, jeez, that gives me anxiety, and that's not even
And
much.
and the funny thing about it is that I only talk to people like once. I don't even know who. One person was like, "Hi, Xerona." I was like, "Who are you?" She said, "Well,
Yeah,
you texted me." I
I
was like,
can't do
"I'm
it.
sorry, I
I'm the
texted you."
total opposite of that. Like, if I don't talk to you like that, then like, yeah,
Oh, it was a voice note. Oh, I didn't see
yeah.
it. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry.
You did see it. You sent me a message.
Copy
You're,
paste, copy paste. It was even a point in time I had to give
you copied
my
and
brother.
pasted with me. How dare you?
I was tired. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh
I had to tell my
no.
brother to help me copy and paste to other people because I was tired of messages. Even I sent it to my boss too.
No, that's pretty normal.
No, my Xbox,
Oh,
my Xbox,
not ex-boyfriend, ex-boss.
my Xbox. Oh no, my Xbox. Like I left. So do you guys remember that the person that when I was like the boss that sent me money, then my thingy like my bank account. Yeah, I sent it to her. I sent it to my first boss. I sent it to a person who even fired me. He was like, "Oh, Xerona, Kanchana, are you still in Korea? We're looking for a person." After you fired me, for real, man.
That's people.
Yeah, but yeah, I sent it to everyone, like for my contact list, even my students, my ex students. Because for me, I don't look at it. I just copy them because I just want to like I don't know. Since I lost one of my classmates, we were not close, but we were classmates. It's like maybe I should just check up on the people I love, the people I hate. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just have that idea. Maybe when I get older, I'll
I'll
become
probably
lazier.
learn. I
I'm
learned
like,
that.
I don't give a
I
fuck,
only
man.
I only do it
I
with
am.
people that I actually like talk with and stuff.
But for me, I'm used
I
to.
even sent it to a lot of Koreans as well. A lot of Hyungs, Nunas, Donsings.
Yeah, I send it to everybody
Yeah,
on my contact
literally.
list. Even people I don't, even people who've changed their numbers. They're like, "Oh, your friend is now using it, but thank you for the wish." Yeah.
Nah, opposite of that. I only do it to people I actually like really
Mm.
talk to and like stuff like that. But no,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it just because it's a new thing for me. I never done that before, so I think it was
Oh,
quite
really?
yeah. I used to say Happy New Year's, but only to like family and such.
Um,
Like actually like saying it to people that I know well and wanted to say it, it was kind of new. So
I send it to
um,
even people I haven't talked to since 2017. My elementary school friends I haven't talked to since 2015. I have to say Happy New Year. Man, it's a talent. It's a talent. And I take
for
full credit.
now, but then once you start learning, you'll be like, yeah, maybe I should have done that.
I don't know, my mom still does that.
Oh,
Even to her family, even people like she like fought with and blocked their numbers with, she will unblock them, send it to them, and then block them.
shit.
Oh no. But yeah, I
No,
don't
but
know.
yeah. So if you got one, well, you get your reason why I did it there. So cool, good for you. If not,
So what if the person didn't get one?
mm,
It means
probably
you.
I just didn't talk to them really, or I don't know. I guess
Mm,
I don't know. People come and go, like everyone said, but it's fine. That's how life goes, guys.
I don't know. For
Because
me,
when you do try it, because like remember that story I told you, like met the guy at the an old high school friend.
oh
And being so
yeah.
nice, and then I gave him reached out, gave him my number and stuff, or left it at the desk where he worked at. Didn't hear anything. So it's like you try, but
Probably you don't know. Probably he forgot, man. Like me,
yeah.
I'm really bad at. I don't know.
But he was even back then, like he was a friend, but like
Mm,
that high school time was like,
he was just a friend.
nah, yeah, it wasn't just like,
He was a friend, but he wasn't like a friend. He was a friend.
yeah, just a friend,
Mm,
not
yeah,
friend.
he was a friend. Oh my god! Even there was this guy that I liked in Korea, and then I stopped talking to him because he vexed me, and I was like, "Oh, Happy New Year." And he's like, "Oh, Happy New Year, Serena. How are you?" I'm like that. It has been two. It has been 2 years since 2021. I've ever like, dude. I even told him I was like, "I'm sorry. I thought I blocked it because I hated you, but I'm good."
Oh my god.
Man, don't be like me. I have no shame. It please
Just
don't.
know, guys, if you meet Xerona once, she'll send you messages for New Year every.
If you trust me, if you meet me, like the most people I don't even
Yo,
know
but
who
that's crazy. 500 messages and all that Instagram. That's too much.
I don't even know who they are. Some of them are even people I maybe met, like my because I was a tour guide too. Um,
Um,
so it was like people that I made like those tour guide,
yeah.
thingy with. I still send them that. I even send it to Woody Bank. I send it to different groups. I send it to people are like, why did you send
Oh,
it? Like even my recruiters. Yeah, I just
everyone.
mm-hmm.
But let's end this New Year section, and then after this part that I'm about to do, we'll do your crazy question. This let's do resolutions. I think are kind of dumb, but let's talk about like what do we hope for the podcast for
Mm.
2024? Like what do you how or what do you expect? How do you think it's gonna happen?
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a very big. I just because we're starting
Yeah.
and we're best function, but I just want the podcast to be something that like people can be like, oh, this is a like this was Moji. This was good.
Hmm.
Like this was a good podcast. I really enjoyed them, or what they said made sense, or what they said really helped me. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for this podcast. So like more of the comment section. It might not have like the biggest view, but like just having those like comment sections and like good comment sections and be like, like I don't know, just be like, like, oh, this your funny question kind of helped me, or just for people to just like participate. I think that's one thing I'm willing to hope for this 2024 in this podcast.
Likewise for me, but I think a little bit more is just continuing just enjoy doing it. Uh,
Excuse me.
like me and Xerona enjoying doing it, and then
Mm,
just continuing just to be ourselves. Like
mm,
no matter how big it could get or how or whatever else happens, we just continue to just be ourselves and have fun, enjoyable topics, and then that lead to, like you said, uh, comments or just things in general. People enjoy it, and you
mm,
can have a good time listening, and maybe forget about other things and just have that nice time to
mm,
hear. And like you said, if they can relate to our stories or find things funny or things like that, that's definitely what I hope this
mm,
year brings for that for sure. And then I think a second thing is hopefully get more guests. Uh,
yeah.
2024 definitely want to bring in more people that we know or just maybe some super cool people that we can find and just have them share stories. And I think that's super fun. I think people would enjoy that. So I think
Yeah.
that's kind of our future thoughts of the podcast for this new year, for sure. So I'm going to look forward to that. And then now, our last segment that you all guys know that she's finally back. I'm going to give her a question. It's dun 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 dun.
Xerona's random questions for the day.
Ooh.
I like that, like that, like that. It's not really like a really random question, but I don't know. Are you more of a thin or a thick crust person? If
Huh?
you were a pizza, will
Oh,
you rather be
thick
thin
or
or
thin?
thick
What?
crust? Yeah. Will you rather be? I'm not. I like thick crust. I rather be a thick crust because I thick. But yeah. Very serious knows. What do you think?
No. Uh, hmm, that's interesting. They both have their good styles. Like I'm thinking about it food wise, they're both
Mm,
me, if I had to choose one, probably thick, but I think I would be like a cool, like kind of thick crust, like either like
thin or thick?
one that thick, but
Ooh.
one that had like something else in it, like cheese
Mm,
inside or garlic, like on top. That's
mm,
kind of how, just because like I'm gonna keep saying it. Uh, Well, I've heard from a lot of people, I tend to be uh interesting just because I can be a lot of things to people. I can be very
Mm,
serious to funny to weird to whatever else. So like I think again like uh I'm thick crust, so it can be like normal to other people, but then I have something else there, like cheese inside or garlic, that makes me a little bit different in a way. That's kind of how I see myself.
mm.
Um, but that's I don't know. That's actually an interesting question because if you're
Oh,
thick,
what
how do you think about yourself? Or like if you're thin, how do you
I feel like if you're thin crust, you're someone that just has a lot
a lot?
like in it. Like I don't know how to say. You know how thin crust like the pizza. So pizza is gonna be pizza, right? But the thing is that the thin crust at the end, it's like you have more bread in it. Sometimes in Korea they have like the sweet potato crust in it. So excuse me, that was yeah. Excuse me. Oh my god, he replied. Okay, sorry, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So sorry. So the person that I said that I had a crush on, that I used to have a crush on, he was like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, we never got to talk about our situation, so I'm just gonna skip that part and be like, "Yeah, I don't know. That was 2 years ago, honey."
Damn.
Time flies, man. Thank you. So, yeah, but I think like being a thick crust, like when you eat the pit, like a thin crust is like you just eat it and it's that's it. You know what I mean? But like a thin crust, but thick crust is like more of like at the outskirt part, like as you're close to getting, as you're close to eating it, as you're close to finishing the blue pizza, there's another side of you. I don't know, maybe I'm reading it too deep.
I mean, that's what it is though. You got to read it deep because
Yeah, but I
that's
feel
what you're
like
asking.
thick crust people are just like you're blunt, they're straightforward, they're just like
Uh,
this is me. But thick crust person is like as you're eating it, because they're different. So as you're eating it, you start to the crust is kind of harder. You're starting to feel another different taste,
mm,
a different texture. So I feel like that is like thick crust people. I don't know. Maybe I am reading this maybe to.
I think it's kind of cool. I think I'm thick crust, guys.
So you're a thick crust kind of
Yeah,
person.
I think so. Just because I actually, my personality is kind of like I enjoy being honest and open quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy being forward. Like, yo, I'll tell you how it is. Like, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why uh all of us in general that like the friends that we made in Korea, we all kind of like each other because I think we're all kind of similar in that kind of way where we're all very
Mm,
forward, especially the ENFJs. Me, Xerona, and Kadam are super straightforward to each other, so I think that's why it's so funny and so like
mm,
easy to like talk and such. I think so. Uh, but yeah, I think I'm thick. I think
yeah.
Xerona's thick as well.
Yeah.
Thick crust, thick crust guys.
I'm a thick crust person, man. I'm not really blunt, but
But you're honest though.
if I know you, I'll be really honest with you. I'll be like, hey, nah, man, you. But if I don't really know you like that, I'm not really gonna be very like straight. I would try like, oh, I think maybe if you had okay like that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So, but if
I
I'm
don't
like
know.
so
That's not
if
really the Xerona I met though.
like if I vibe with you and be like, yeah, no, that you're like you look like you look like a bald eagle. You know what I mean? Not you, but like
I know.
I
I know.
uh that's just me.
Yeah.
Um, but if I don't, then I don't. So
Ugh.
um, that's just me, and I don't know. Yeah, that's just me, man. I think I'm thick because even so much more comes to you just being outside, like as I said, like you're having a different perspective, and when you meet someone who's thick crust, it's like, yeah, you enjoy the flavor of how they are, you vibe with them. Maybe they're in that mood of vibing. But when that thing cross personality, people always say I have two personalities. I don't know, maybe I do. But it's like maybe because I'm very like loud and stressed, but when it's time for me to be focused and something like that, it's like that's what I am. And it just becomes like, damn, she got a second personality, you know? So I think probably that's why I'm a thick crust because I may be nice and spicy on the outside, and you know what I mean. Like I got the whole garnish, I got the olives, you know, I got the cheese, I got the pepperoni and the meatballs, I
Oh
got
my
the pineapple,
god.
I got the pineapple. Well, people who put pineapple on pizza, I'm not gonna judge you.
Yo, you put it on pizza. Stop it.
I mean, I would eat anything, whether it's on pizza or not. The mint
People
truffle,
that don't, yeah, don't
I
talk.
would eat it. I would
Don't
eat
talk.
pepper pizza. I would eat. I would eat it. I won't buy it, but
I
if you
think that would
brought
have
it,
been more interesting question. Like,
well,
what topping are you, or what? If you were a pizza, what would be your
I'm
topping?
everything.
Oh gosh. All right.
I'm
That's a
everything.
question for another time, guys.
But yeah, that's like thin or thick crust. Okay, what? Okay, if you were a topping, what topping would you be? Let's do your question then.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm curious what you would think I would be topping one.
I feel like you'd just be cheese because you just melt into it.
But it just melts into.
Yeah,
In what way? In what way?
you just like flow with it. I feel like you just
I just flow
topping
with
like
it.
you just flow with it. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Uh, I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
get your metaphor there really, but
Like you just like cause like cheese, it just melts in it and it's just like it could you can like cheese can be in any pizza.
I mean it is on every pizza.
That's what I'm saying. It could be in any it can be in any pizza. So it's like, you know, you
So
just
I
like
fit
that.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I could kind of see that maybe.
that's how it is
I think
gonna be.
that's pretty interesting. I never thought about that way.
Okay, for me, what toppings will I be? Or what topping will I be?
I'm thinking you're gonna have a lot of things.
Say it, honey.
Let's
Tell
go
it.
spicy pepperoni because you spicy. Let's go. Let's go with cheese, but maybe a specific kind of cheese. Like maybe not just like a regular cheese. Maybe you're like a
There's spicy cheese now.
like some other like Parmesan cheese or something like that. Like something like a cheese that's like it can technically be in every pizza, but like it's like better when it fits on a certain kind. I think that's kind of how you are, or kind of how you describe yourself. Because you said like you like to be open and such, but like depending on situations. I think so for this cheese, you can technically be on every pizza, but you'd be a lot better in maybe a certain type. Like you fit better in certain areas, and I think that's kind of how your personality is, or kind of how you describe yourself.
Mm,
And then obviously, let's go with all the different kinds of uh like the meat lover kind of area where you get your like your bacon, you get your meatballs, like you
keep
said,
on
you get
going,
your
keep on going, keep on going.
sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's go with black olives too, just because like
Black
you need that,
olives.
yeah, because you need that little bit of like that little oh, that little
Mm,
oh,
okay. I
you know
like
what I
it.
mean?
No, but I like it.
That little bit like oh, that's on there. Oh, okay. Hmm,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I think maybe that's it for now, or maybe you'll be like that kind of pizza where like you're one half like different toppings, and then the other half is like another set of different toppings. Oh, that's actually quite interesting.
Mm.
Like you're okay, so like we're one big pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're one big pizza. You
Mm-hmm.
cut it in half, you get one side certain toppings, you get the other side certain toppings. Maybe that's how you are. One
Mm-hmm.
side is like I just described, like all of those toppings, but then the other side it could be like, I don't know, uh, pineapple or something like that, or something different. Since you have like two sides that can be Zerona, let's say. The Zerona I know and like the loud, enjoyable, open, but then you get the quiet, serious Xerona over here too. I think you, I think that would be. I think that's the kind of pizza-ish, topping-ish kind of you'd be. I'll go. I'll just go with your cheese for me because I kind of did kind of
That's
like
what your cheese.
I'm a cheese.
I don't even
I'm
know
a
if
cheese guy.
I don't know if that's offensive or not, but you're a
I
cheese.
I hope not because the way you explained it sounded like nice, but now that you're saying I hope it's good, then geez, well it's I'll take it as a bad way then. I'm a cheese guy.
You're a cheese. Cheese.
I'm a cheese.
You know why also I said cheese?
Hmm.
Because cheese is the first thing you say when you want to take a picture.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. The
What?
silence was
You're not gonna
long.
explain that?
No, I was trying to get an expression like I get what you mean. But yeah, I wasn't
No.
getting that at all.
No. That explanation was definitely not gonna get
But as I was saying, yeah,
that. Yo, she's just gonna leave me, guys. She's not gonna explain.
um, yeah. So please tell us what kind of toppings you are and if you're thin or thick crust. Um, I have nothing
See
else
how
to
I get
say.
treated, guys? See how I get treated?
But yeah, what you mean by that, man? What you mean? What you mean by that?
You can continue.
As I was saying, yeah. And people who are watching, if I sent you a message, um, please forgive me. Whether you know me or not. As I said, I'm still sending people messages till now.
I mean, you
Like
literally
if
saw
you meet me
you saw
once,
the
like
list, guys. You saw it.
dude, if you meet me once and I had your cacao talk or something, I'm sending you a happy message, New Year message. Or maybe if I remember, like maybe we traveled together and I remember, like even if it's just one time, but I remember that the memory we had was nice, I would send you a message. Um, yeah, so please yeah, don't be, but even like, oh my god, guess who I sent a message? Even like my, the roommate, the crazy roommate I was telling you about,
The girl one?
the crazy one.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah, I even sent her a happy new year message because I didn't even know.
No, no, you're crazy.
Dude, man, I'm literally telling you, it doesn't even matter. As long as I met you, I'm gonna send you a message saying happy new year.
Yeah.
I know you're not meant to. I don't know if you're not meant to or not, but it's just like, yeah, whatever. Just so you remember me and you be like, hey, happy new year, Xerona. Let me just give you $100.
And she said she wasn't begging, guys.
And I said, what?
That you weren't begging
I
before.
wasn't begging. I'm not begging.
I mean, you're
I just
bringing it
said
up
it.
again, so it kind
I
of
said
sounds
it
like
could
you.
happen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go with that, guys. Let's go with it. You see how I get treated, guys? Look.
Don't start this new year. This new year, I'm trying to look for a boyfriend, okay? So don't make me put on
Go.
from there.
Look. You'll find it.
What are you trying to say? I'll be closing my eyes. I've been opening it up. Don't let me start with you. This is a new year, man.
No,
New year, new.
I can't even
Let's insult.
complain. I'm
Let's
also
insult.
single, so
Oh, that is.
I can't even say nothing. I'm in the same boat.
You better not say nothing.
Uh,
I'm just very mean. Please don't take any offense what I say. But yeah, new me. Yeah, but I hate when people are like, "Oh my God, I hate that new year, new me thing." Yeah, man, new me, new year, maybe new something from me, you know. Um, something definitely is gonna be new about me. Um, I don't know what it is, but yep, something new is definitely gonna be about me. Um, yeah. So that's just all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you like to end this off?
I thought you were gonna end this. You were off
And I
it.
think I'm tired of talking, man.
Oh, yo, that's the first time I've ever heard you say I'm tired of talking.
That's cool.
All right. I'll log us off for this time. So yeah, fun episode, crazy episode, as you saw at the there at the ending, but fun. Talking about Serona's first time in New York, how she enjoyed it, her experiences, what she did, the food. You saw pictures in better quality too, as you actually saw them, which is quite cool. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. And then obviously we talked a little bit about what we look forward to in the podcast for the new year. Um, my new year a little bit, my thoughts of New York a little bit too, and then
Mm,
at the end we had our Zerona question, and then a little bit of my question at the end. So yeah, definitely let us know your thoughts. Have you been to New York? Let us know what did you like it? Have you been back? Things like that. We'll love to know your experience in New York. Obviously, we're doing this after New Year's, so again, Happy New Year's to you, your friends, your whole family, everyone. Hopefully they enjoyed it. Um, Looking forward and that they look forward to
mm,
2024. Um, and yeah, look forward to this podcast in 24. We have great things planned. It's going to be really, really fun.
mm-hmm.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, obviously.
Right, please.
That's much appreciated and it helps us out. So yeah, definitely do it, guys. And then, yeah, answer the question as well. What crust are you, thin or thick? And then
Again.
second part, what toppings would you be on your pizza?
More
So let
toppings.
us know about that.
Can be a lot of toppings.
As many as you want. Like, if you think you're that, then put it on.
Put it
But
there.
yeah, let us know. Reach out to us whenever. At the bottom, you have our social. And then yeah, just reach out if you have any questions, write comments. We'll love to see them, hear them, let us know. So yeah, look forward to more fun episodes. It's gonna be a fun year. So
I
hopefully,
really
yeah,
hope so.
24 is gonna be good for us guys. So for sure. Thank you for joining us.
Praying for that.
Yeah, I forgot what number this is. 14, 15, 15, 15. Let's go 15. If it's not 15, it's 14 of the podcast. And yeah, so look forward to many, 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 many more. It's gonna be fun, guys. So for sure.
Yeah.
This is one of your hosts, Brian, and that is my co-host.
Xerona with an X.
And yeah, thank you for joining the All Encompassing
Thank
podcast.
you.
And yeah, see you guys next time. See you guys next week. Hopefully, will we have a guest? I don't know. Is there on?
I'm still trying to talk to him about it. He's like he wants to come but work and everything, so
We'll see. We'll see. We'll let you guys know.
let's see.
Oh yeah. But yeah, definitely look forward to next week. See you guys. Have a good new
Bye.
year.